the brand, but not the system per se. Like here in Argentina, for instance, we have to, let's say, break up with the bank. So for us, I don't know, we tend to look at the US and say JP Morgan, Bank of America, those are great brands, but we don't really trust the system. Now with crypto and on-chain effects and stuff like that, the paradigm is shifting because we do trust the system now, because everything is traceable, everything is accessible, you can see what you're doing, everything is on the blockchain. And that's I think one of my biggest challenges right now when I'm facing a prospect or a client, and I have to educate them on why this system is better than the old.
I think what strikes me here in this panel is a little bit when we think of 50, 60, 70 years ago, somehow cash payment became digital payment, and then they started in each country and they tried to make it happen, and then all of a sudden they noticed like, oh, we need to make it international, and then the stuff grew as it grew. And then there was many regulators, many long discussions, nobody was under pressure, everything is cool. But you on the panel all seem to think on an end-to-end solution, which is not only how we're making it technically possible, but also how are we able to onboard the users? Like how are we getting the people? Which is the next question. How are on-ramping or onboarding more users, no matter if B2B or B2C? What's the next thing where we want to be? How we want to do it.
Yeah, I think I could take this, but like obviously starting in Brazil is easy because we have Pix and Pix is super efficient. Now you have a number of countries, Mexico, Colombia, even Mercado Pago here in Argentina is like super efficient. So I think we started off like Venia as a company started off with the traditional crypto cases, just on and off ramp, all that sort of stuff, and then I think that's a really good question because that's how we win. We win gaining the masses, and I think that. There's two ways here. The first way is education, and that's something we have to do. And the second way is just hiding the blockchain and infrastructure layer and just showing that it's more efficient and compliant.
All about transparency, right?
But the thing is, ask a CFO of a multinational company how Swift works. They're not going to tell you how it works. They just know it works, and they know it's fast.
I agree with you. I think the user doesn't have to understand how a Web2 browser is working or how crypto is working. And yeah, in order to gain trust, sometimes if somebody's asking the question, you need to be transparent. But on the other hand, if you write crypto on it, there's maybe 1% of the population or 4% which currently using think it's cool, and the other 96% you think it's, oh my god, it's ugly.
Yeah, I might be massacred here, but I tend to not use the word crypto. I use blockchain more often just to talk about infrastructure. But yeah, I think it's a mix. That's why I said it's the two things. I think it's a mix of education and a mix of just, you don't have to keep showing if the person doesn't care. Like I have clients who just want to send reais, receive dollars, and they're like, hey, if it's compliant and it is, and it's faster and it's cheaper, just fucking do it. Sorry for the language, but that's literally like what they say. Just do it. I love it. Like I'll pay it. Go for it. So I think it's a mix of things.
I have to regret that I have to agree. What about the other two?
I mean, doubling down on what you were saying, abstracting the complexity away from the whole operating system is key. It's crucial for blockchain, for stablecoins, etc. to work. The idea would be for users, for merchants, for CFOs, for COOs, whomever. For them to be able to move money internationally, do FX transactions without even having to, worry about, hey, is this a blockchain? Is this a wallet? How do I use it? Our whole thesis is like, you can send us any money, anytime, anywhere, and we will be able to hold it, convert it, and transfer it to whomever you want, wherever that person or bank or whomever is. And that's the whole key to me.
On the regulation plus customer side, the best thing I can tell you guys is that it's better to say sorry than ask for permission. Sometimes you just have to launch into the market and just let things slide, and if something happens, you're just like very honest about what happened, and customers with a very good success rate that you hit 90% of their orders, maybe in screwing one, nothing bad is going to happen. It happens very frequently in traditional payment rails, more than we actually think of. And I guess that more on the on trying to abstract the complexities of a product like ours is not about mixing and matching a network of corresponding agencies, orchestrators, and banks. It's simply letting people ask the important questions. Like, probably, Lucas, you've raised capital before. you normally leave the easy questions for the VCs in the post Q&A. We tend to do that for like the same thing as customers, simply because they're natively curious about why the technology is good. I guess I have a question for the audience. How many times or have you guys seen a stablecoin post of what are stablecoins on LinkedIn? If you can raise your hand. Everybody knows about them. So it's not a thing of we all know what a stablecoin is. It's more of how does programmable money can move my settlements and payments faster, and then in a